Hello everyone, my name is Shayanto Shengupto and welcome back to another episode of Corporate Cricket Diaries powered by Capital Group. And as we all know, Capital Group specializes in media, UUV media, and sports and events. And in today's episode, we have Mr. Malang Aras, who is the Vice President of the Sales and Client Partner Department of the Datamatics Global Service Limited. Thank you so much, sir, for coming in our show today. It's such a pleasure and honor to have you amongst us today.
Yeah, it's my privilege to be on this show, and thanks for inviting me.
All right, thank you, sir. So, without further ado, let's quickly hop on to our corporate cricket chatter. So, sir, before we start our questions, could you please shed some light on your journey as a cricket lover, and when did your love for this game begin?
Yeah, see, my family is fully into cricket from my great grandfather onwards. My grandfather has played for the A division at that point of time for Hindu Gymkhana. So they used to have pentangular matches, pre-British era sort of thing. And he was a wicketkeeper batsman. And he is a gentleman who actually trained Vijay Merchant. So Vijay Merchant became a test cricketer under his mentorship and under his coaching. So, and my father used to play for LIC, and he was also a B division player. So was my uncle, and all of these are, they have been playing cricket, and cricket is in our blood. So that I have naturally taken to cricket right from my childhood was very natural. In fact, I used to after my father stopped playing cricket, he became an A division umpire, and he used to do umpiring for all the A division matches. So I used to accompany him for the matches when I was 4 5 years old, and that's when I started my love for cricket started. And I was lucky enough to meet people like Sunny Gavaskar, Paddy Shivalkar, Ashok Mankad. All those people I
Oh,
saw
wow.
during the course of that match. I used to see the matches happening in front of me. So one was the inculcation of cricket due to my father during my childhood days, and the second was anyway the cricket is in our blood. So that's
Yeah.
how my love for cricket.
So it seems you have a rich pedigree of cricket in your family, and everyone swoons over cricket. So that has naturally come on to you too.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
absolutely.
So my father has taken the wicket of Vinu Mankad,
Hmm.
and he has played with compatriots like Sunny Gavaskar in his team. So there were some cuttings in which I saw my father's name was there for his bowling
Oh,
performance,
wow.
and Sunny Gavaskar's name was there for the batting performance. So that was enough proof that he played with Sunny at that point of time. Sunny was of course very young, and my
Hmm.
father was senior, but they had that
Yeah.
time where both could play for that team.
All right. So your thoughts on Sunil Gavaskar as a cricketer?
Fantastic. I mean, he's an idol,
Yeah.
and especially for Test cricket.
Yeah.
Test cricket, nothing better than Sunny Gavaskar to. So if Sunny was there in this match that we recently drew, I think we would have been very comfortable with the confidence that Sunny will, make sure that at least we don't lose. It could
Yeah.
have been a win also. So
Yeah. Yeah.
what I saw in recent matches is that Indian team and cricketers all over the world have lost the art of playing Test cricket. But in this
Yeah.
match, particularly, we saw that we are able to see once again how Test cricket is to be played. Exemplary performance by Hanuman Vihari and Cheteshwar Pujara,
Hanuman Vihari.
all of the gentlemen.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. So I mean, a fantastic performance, and we all cricket lovers, we absolutely swooned over that game, sir. So,
Yes.
you joined the Datamatics cricket team in 2011, sir. And like before you joined during 2011, that time it was a very average team. So, and then in 2012, it suddenly you guys won two major tournaments like the Bombay Gymkhana and One World. So, could you like tell us some of the reasons behind this dramatic turnaround from an average team to a world class team, which has won two major tournaments and two amazing
11 when I
tournaments?
joined, I think we got some 4 or 5 good cricketers joining in that year, and due to which the team combination improved dramatically. As a result of that combination, we were able to win a couple of cups. We won Bombay Gymkhana and we won the One World Cup. Both champions trophies we won. In one fateful year, one after the other, almost a span of 2 to 3 months gap, we won 2 cups. For the first time, Datamatics won 2 cups in a year. and that sort of set the foundation for the cricket journey for Datamatics as an organization. Because before that we were just participating, and there was no spirit to actually win tournaments and create a name for yourself. So after the 2 cups that we won, we started believing in ourselves that we could be a champion side, and that's how the journey started.
Absolutely. It's such a fairy tale comeback for you guys. I think the belief and intent which you guys brought onto the games, that really stands out for a lot of players. So, talking about you, you are a jack of all trades. You've been a mentor, you've been a coach, you've been a player, a captain of the Datamatics team. So, out of all these roles, sir, what is that one role which you absolutely love and you think stands out for you, sir? Out of captain, player, then coach, mentor, everything?
Well, actually, personally speaking, not from the team's behalf,
Yes, sir.
I love to play cricket and love to lead the team. And that's how that sort of the passion comes out very natural to me. So whenever I am, I'm typically we work throughout the day. We work Monday to Friday, and then we work on Saturday. I mean, play on Saturday, Sundays. Sometimes, in certain cases, we had to play matches when on a Saturday we were working. So we used to remove our suits and all on the ground and don the whites. And all of a sudden, from a vice president, I am a normal cricketer. That transformation took place there itself on the ground, and that's the spirit of cricket. It is a level playing field. Whether you are a vice president, president, or entry level person in a cricket team, you are just a cricketer. You are a team member, and you have to perform and you have to deliver the goods for the team on that particular match. So,
Yes, sir.
so that's how. I mean, it has been a fantastic experience leading the team, and I've been doing that for last 6 to 7 years now. Under my leadership, we have won number of champions trophies and also runner-up cups. I think we
Yes,
won
sir.
about 15 to 16 cups in the last 5 to 6 years. So that's a phenomenal improvement over the first 2 cups that we won. But yes, as a
Yeah.
captain and as a player, because the moment I go onto the ground and start playing cricket, the blood starts pumping up. The blood pressure starts pumping up, and it just
Absolutely.
takes me to my childhood once again when I used to play like that. So I've literally
Yeah,
become a child when I play cricket. But then
absolutely.
from the team's perspective, I feel that the role of the coach is more important. So as a player and captain on a personal basis, but from the team's perspective, from the corporate perspective, it is the coach's criticality is very important, because I take a lot of pains to understand the weaknesses and the plus points of each and every member and try to correct technically. God has been kind to me that I was born in a family, full of cricketers,
Yeah.
and technically my fundas are very clear on how to, especially bat. So I tend to transform and transfer all my knowledge and my skills and the technicalities to the younger players to improve upon them, because that's what I want. I want continuous improvements in their skills and in their talent and in the performances, which obviously will take us to becoming champions. So from a team's perspective, it is a coach, and from the personal perspective, it is as a player and as a captain.
Yeah, absolutely. So what about the transition? Like 1 second you're the vice president, next moment you're a player, then a captain. So the transition is smooth, or do you think it's a little rough, like from a coach, from being the vice president to the player, and then suddenly a coach? So how is the transition process?
Luckily for me, I don't have any ego issues. So I literally drop the vice president tag and do away with it once I reach the cricketing ground. I'm no
Yeah,
longer a vice president. I just remove it from my mind. I'm no longer a vice president. I am a cricket
absolutely.
player. I'm representing my team, and if I am
Yeah.
leading the team, then I am the captain, and my entire team is depending on me. So if I have any airs or any attitude out there, then the team will not gel, and the team doesn't gel,
Hmm,
then it means
hmm,
that you will not get the result that you desire. So
hmm,
I shed off that vice president tag the moment I reached the cricketing ground,
hmm,
and it's been natural for me because of my passion for cricket. So cricket
hmm,
overrides everything else for me.
hmm. Absolutely.
So I hope that
So
answers your question.
yes, sir, it does. Absolutely. Thank you, sir. So, sir, in 2013, you took over the captaincy. Then you've been playing in a lot of
Yes.
MCA level tournaments like Thane Vaibhav and then Time Shield. So could you like take us through
Yeah.
the building process of a team? I mean, you guys are a formidable team unit. So how do you like select players? Is there a selection process, and how do you like build up players? How do you build a formidable team?
Yeah, initially I had to scout for talent. In Datamatics, we only play employees. We do not play, contract players or outsiders.
Okay.
Strictly those who are employees of the company will represent the company in the match. So obviously, any cricketer who wants to play for us has to first join as a proper employee and do a proper Monday to Friday, 9 to 6 job. And then, as per his passion and his interest and his availability, he has to represent the team. And typically, we play on Saturday, Sunday. So we are free to play on Saturday, Sundays, and therefore they're available. They have to make themselves available to represent the team on a weekend. So that's the process. But typically, initially, it was very tough because Datamatics didn't have a name. So not many people were interested in joining Datamatics. But over a period of time, now that we have become a more of a well-known team, a reputed team, a champion team, we get a lot of references from outside, that we want to come and play for Datamatics and we want to join
Mhm.
Datamatics. So
Hmm.
as a result of which is what happened is that the openings, whatever are there, uh, cricketers get a career apart from playing cricket for Datamatics. They also get a career. So they get a job, they
Hmm.
get financial security, and
Hmm.
so they play dual roles. They work for the company like a normal employee on the weekdays, and on the weekend we play cricket. So Saturday, Sundays are mostly on the cricketing ground. We'll play either one tournament or another tournament, or we have practice sessions. But it's basically the passion of all these cricketers, which makes them, persevere so highly because Monday to Friday you slog for the company, and Saturday, Sundays you slog for cricket. So you have no rest as such. But it's the
Hmm.
passion, the spirit, the liking for the game,
Hmm.
which actually and it makes us relax. If you ask me, more than the
Yeah.
strain is the relaxation and the entertainment, the happiness we get while playing
Yeah.
cricket. But yes,
Yeah.
to build a formidable team, obviously you need to have the right talent in the playing 11, and
Hmm.
to get the right talent you need to have the right selection of the players. So
Hmm.
we are very conscious as to what combination we should have. So we have a breakup of how many batsmen we should have, how many wicket keepers, how many spinners, how many left hand spinner, right hand spinners. All of that is known to us, and then we try and combine that team in such a way. But obviously, the cricketers who have to join us have to comply with the interview formalities. They have to qualify for the job. They have to pass the interviews, and then they have to perform in the job. Only then they can play for the company. So it's not that easy. It's not that
Hmm.
they are immediately available for playing cricket. But
Hmm.
yes, the moment they join the company, they are legally eligible to play, and we make them play. And in
But the
our team,
process is
we
very
do not have
transparent.
this. Process is transparent, process is tough because they have to clear the interviews. The interviews are tough
Hmm.
because they do
Hmm.
not, our company will not give credence to the fact that he is a cricketer. He has to first join as an employee and fulfill his expectations on the operational role. And after that, if he is performing, then he can play cricket. It's not other way around that
Then
he
you
is a
can.
cricketer and therefore we take him. No, he first has to
Yeah.
pass all the interviews on his merit.
Hmm.
And if he
On his merit.
joins,
Yeah.
then only he can play cricket.
All right. So
Right.
you guys
And
value
the other thing,
the corporate job more than the cricket thing. So that comes first in your priority
yeah,
list.
the first priority is the corporate job. No cricketer is taken as a cricketer in
Hmm.
Datamatics. He has to be spot on. He has to qualify.
Hmm.
He has to compete with other candidates who have applied for the job. And then when he
Hmm.
passes the rounds of interviews and he ultimately joins, then he can play
Yeah.
cricket. And in our company, especially the sort of expectations I have set with the team and the culture that I have brought in, we do not have any senior junior philosophy. People are selected to play final 11 purely on merit. In many cases, I have dropped myself from the playing 11 and I have elevated my vice captain to lead the team in a situation where I felt that I might become a liability for the team. So it's
Hmm.
that spirit with which we play that the best playing 11 will represent the company and win us the match. And no matter how senior or junior he is, he will play only on merit.
Absolutely. So that is so amazing. I mean, I think this thing is lacking in a lot of tournaments, in a lot of teams, that the captain doesn't have the responsibility and the role and that idea that they should drop themselves if they do not fit into the 11. I think that is amazing. So that's so good to
Yeah,
hear.
I can
So
give you
like, where
a
do you?
classical example
Yeah,
that this year 2020 we lost in the
yeah.
semi-finals of the Time Shield
All
uh,
right.
in the E division, and we lost badly. And I was not performing in the first 2 3 matches. So the next match was a Thane Vaibhav semi-final. Both were semi-finals. We lost the Time
Hmm,
Shield, and immediately next week we had the Thane Vaibhav semi-final at
hmm,
Dadoji Konde Stadium.
hmm.
Because I felt as I was not in form, and the semi-final was a very crucial match. We were E division playing team, and the semi-final opponent was a C division of Time Shield. So you can imagine the class difference. And because
Yeah.
I was not informed, then I told my vice captain that you will lead the team, and I am dropping myself off, and we will give chance to the youngsters who could not get in because I
Hmm,
had occupied one slot. So
hmm,
that's how that match was played. Though we lost that match also narrowly, but
hmm,
the youngsters got a chance that
hmm.
they could not get that chance in the Time Shield semi-final.
In the before
So
matches,
that's how
yeah.
it is. So we do not have any inhibitions about seniors and juniors. Typically in other
Hmm,
clubs and teams, you find that seniors just push over the juniors. In
hmm,
our case, we do the other way around. We say
hmm, hmm.
junior or senior doesn't matter. Best playing 11 will play.
Yeah. The major signs of a complete team player I can see in you, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So that's because my passion is to win the game and get the glory for the company.
yeah, absolutely. So, so where do you guys practice? In which ground do you guys practice?
Well, we practice at typically at Air India Kalina, which is a very elite
Okay.
ground, and you
Hmm,
have some of the IPL teams also used to participate there and
hmm,
play there and practice there. So it's a very elite ground, beautiful grassy outfield and good wickets. So we've been practice for
hmm,
almost 6 7 years now, consistently at Air
hmm.
India ground.
All right, sir. So my next question is like, you guys have a lot of silverware in your kitty, right? You guys have won 15 cups, out of which 10 were champion trophies, while you guys were participating in corporate cups like Woods, Chanawala, Dreams, One World. So, what do you think has been that attribute or quality that has been consistent in your team and that completely keeps the team going? One particular attribute which you feel that keeps the team as a closed unit and makes your team perform.
Well, we always believed that to be a champion team, we first must feel that we are champions.
Yeah.
So, before every match, we have this spirited display in front of our opponents and all the other audiences that we are a
Yeah.
champion team. So we keep telling ourselves and shout in unison that who are the
Mhm.
champions? We are the champions. So we do that in
Wow.
every match, and there is a championship inculcation, or the spirit of championship inculcated in the team
Hmm.
that has given the belief that against any odds we will win the match. And obviously the team that is playing on that fateful day has been very aptly chosen, selected. They are the guys with the right skills, with the right performances, and with the right attitude and the passion for the
Hmm.
game.
Yeah.
This I think are the main ingredients for becoming a champion side.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and like you've been a captain, so you said, and like, what do you see in a player when you choose a team? Like, for example, you have five players, five batsmen, and you need to choose only one batsman out of those five people in the reserve. So, what do you see in that one particular person, which enables you to choose him over the other people?
Primarily, it has to be, uh, yeah, sure. So
Hmm.
primarily, it has to be the skills. For example,
Yeah.
and it has to be situational also. For example, in
Hmm.
Time Shield, you
Hmm.
require a guy with a straight bat. You don't require a flamboyant sort of a player who will just hit sixes and fours, because
Hmm.
it's a 45-hour format. You have to last that
Hmm.
45 hours. If you don't last, then you're not going to win. So you require people who have patience, perseverance, technically very skilled, straightforward
Hmm.
bat,
Hmm.
and the right attitude to play that.
Yeah.
In a T20, the situation is highly different. You don't require too many straight bats. You require people who can tong the ball for fours and sixes. and keep the scoring, moving with a very high strike rate. So depending on the tournament format we play, we select the combination accordingly. But obviously, the players who go in the final 11 have to have demonstrated skills in playing cricket. They need to have the right attitude. They need to also have a lot of common sense while playing cricket. They have to have situational awareness in a given situation, how not to complicate things, and how to play with common sense and pull the team out of the situation that might be there. So the temperament, the skills, and the attitude, and obviously the passion of the cricketer. So sometimes you have great cricketers, but they have a lot of attitude. They don't listen to the captain. They do something different. Then they rub show the wrong way with the other team members, and they spoil the team unity. So these factors also count a lot while finally finalizing the final 11.
Absolutely, sir. So, like, obviously, sir, to run such a big corporate team, you need a lot of commercials in place, sir. So, could you like tell us how do you vertically manage and support commercials at the Datamatics?
Yeah, so we as a corporate, we have certain funds allocated for sports, and we have been getting very, very high amount of support from our HR administration team. They have been supporting us and ensuring that funds are not a constraint for us. Whatever we have been asking, they have been giving us time and again, and and we have a very stringent process where we have to apply, we have to put in a claim, then it has to be approved by the HR sponsor, then it has to be approved by finance, and then we get the funds made available to us. So this is the process. Initially, we had the amount of funds that were available to the cricket team was not very high, because the team was not playing so many tournaments, or it was not so visible. But as and when how we got more and more reputed in the market, people, other teams, other corporates started respecting us. They felt that this is a very formidable team that is there, and our reputation increased by leaps and bounds, especially after playing Time Shield and reaching the semifinals on 2 accounts. So the funds started increasing, and obviously there's no room for complaint. The HR team has been fabulous. They have been supporting us in compliances, in terms of funds, in terms of making everything available to us as and when required.
Yeah.
I remember a situation where we had 2 matches on one day. The first match was at Azab Maidan, which was a semi-final, and then we had another match at Taloja, which is almost 70 kilometers away. So we requisitioned the HR team to provide us with a 8-seater vehicle, a Police, and they really gave it to us. So the team moved from one location, moved to 70 kilometers away, and then we played a second match. A single day. So that is sort of support, that makes it possible practically to make it happen.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you guys must have gotten tired also, like moving 70 kilometers and then playing 45 overs and everything.
Right. But then it's the passion which takes care of the exhaustion.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah. So, like, sir, we've heard of a very young and like talented cricketer from Datamatics, Yogesh Shinde, like who's rising through the ranks and everything. So your thoughts and views on Mr. Yogesh?
Yogesh is a fantastic cricketer. He is an all-round package, top order batsman, opens the innings with me, and very good off spinner and excellent fielder. And he was instrumental in hitting 2 centuries back to back in the Time Shield in E division this year. So that's a fabulous performance, I would say. Back to back centuries, and on both occasions he was unbeaten, by the way. So, and he carried the bat right from the beginning when he opened the innings, and then he played all 45 overs. And more importantly, guy has no attitude. He is very positive, very down to earth, and captain's delight. He will always obey your instructions, and he plays with a lot of passion. God knows from where he gets in the stamina. In the Time Shield semi-final, he played 45 overs, and then he fielded for 40 overs and didn't complain, didn't come out even once with a substitute. So our captain's delight. We are actually very lucky to have such a
true asset of your team. Yes, sir.
Yeah, very much. very much.
Absolutely, sir. So, sir, this is the last question of today. We had fun today, sir. So, but then eventually we need to boil it down to the last question. So, like, what is that one memorable match, sir, you've played in your corporate cricket career for the data metrics, and like one key takeaway from that match?
Well, we lost to in the semi-finals of the F division
Hmm.
2 years back, before we got
Okay.
promoted to A division, and that match almost went to become a tie. It was tossing left and right. First 5 overs were with us. We hit 50 runs in 5 overs at a strike rate of 10 runs, 44-over match. And then, a couple of wickets fell, and then there was a procession of wickets that happened. And we were 80 for 8. We were 80 for 8
Hmm.
from 50 for no loss. And then
Oh
the
shit.
last three batsmen hit 90 runs. And we ended up on 175 runs, which was a very, very at par score, with a
Yeah.
good possibility of winning. And then the other side started playing, and then they were like 100 for 3, and it
Hmm.
was looking like it was easy win for them because there's seven wickets in hand,
Hmm. Hmm.
25 overs left, and just 70 runs ought to get.
Hmm.
And then their possession of wickets started, and they were
Hmm.
like in the last phase. I still
Hmm.
believe it was 30 runs, 3 wickets.
Hmm.
Overs not in contention because plenty of overs are there.
Hmm.
Then 10 runs, 2 wickets left, and then 1 wicket left and 6 runs to score.
Oh wow.
And their last pair hit one
Getting very
boundary,
interesting.
and
Hmm.
yeah, so it was a match where even the umpires felt the match could have gone either way. They expressed that we have never seen such a match in a time shield
Hmm.
semi-final. They had never seen such a match where
Hmm.
the match could have gone either way. It could have been a win for Datamatics, it could have been a win for the other team, or it could be a
Hmm.
tie.
Hmm.
All three possibilities, just like a T20 match or a T10 match.
T20.
In a
Hmm.
44-hour format, this is very rare. So that was
Absolutely.
one memorable match. Actually, we snatched defeat
Hmm.
from from the jaws of victory in that match. We should have won that match,
Yeah.
and we would have played
All
the
right.
finals of the F division that year. That was
Hmm.
2 years back, 2019, I
Yeah.
believe. But
Hmm.
unfortunately, the other team held their nerve. The other team
Yeah.
held their nerve, and we couldn't get the
Absolutely.
last wicket in time, and we lost.
Hmm.
So it was a memorable match. I've never seen such a match in a longish format, which is 45 hours.
Hmm. All right. So it seems it's a roller coaster of emotions you went through that day.
That day was terrible for all of us because
Hmm.
we felt that we were the better team and we should have won that
Hmm.
match. And
All right.
unfortunately, the other team held their nerve. So
Hmm.
one thing that like you asked, what is the one thing that is more
Hmm.
important? The one thing that is more
Yeah.
important is that uh, hold on to it,
Yeah.
and then go for the win. And that is what the other team did, and we could not do. So they won and we lost. But it was a
Yeah.
match at par. Both teams could have won, but unfortunately we lost that day.
But I think it truly personifies the saying that it's never over till it's actually over, because you never know what can happen in
Yeah, it's
cricket.
never over till it's never over till the last ball is bowled in cricket. You could have
Yeah.
seen in the
Absolutely.
first, I think the second match, how India lost that second match, the first
Yeah.
match, the
First
test
match.
series,
Yep.
because
36
we
all
were
out.
leading at the end of one first innings. We were leading with a
Yeah.
substantial lead, I would say, and in 1 hour we lost that entire match.
Yeah. Exactly.
So in cricket, you cannot predict. You just cannot predict.
Yeah. It's such a weird turnaround we had, and it was such a terrible moment for us fans.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable time. I hope you had fun in today's interview, and have a nice day, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you so much for inviting me and for allowing me to express my thoughts. I am grateful to
Mm.
you and to Cricket Graph.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure, sir. Thank you.